Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back with some more World of Tanks. As you can see, this is NASA and his OI. This is a tier 6 game on Runeberg. And you go ahead and tell me this isn't going to be a good game. Both guys should be cackling. The OI and the KV2 on the opposite team should both be cackling with glee, because this is the kind of matchup you want in this tank. But before we get, good lord, before we get too far into this game, I actually just want to go ahead and switch over. So let's do this, and if you want to kill this thing, the best way to, see, I'm totally on this, totally pro. The best way to do so is not by shooting it anywhere in the front. All of these spots are going to ricochet, even up here. So, from the front, you're unlikely. Now, if you load some gold, maybe, especially on the flats of these, and the flat of his. No, actually, that's so bad. It's not great. There isn't anywhere on this tank that is like you can just go straight through it when you're looking at the front of this thing. There isn't any of that. The best chance you have is where it flattens out on the turrets, the little mini turrets. Those spots you can probably go through, or really just decide. Don't bother shooting down here though. It's space armor tracks hull. It's gonna be hard to go through. You want to go through this 70 millimeters. You should be able to punch through that with anything from tier 4 and up. And of course, on the back, it's not worth it all over again. So really, the only place you want to be shooting this thing is right here. Or again, the size of these turrets, if you're using gold and you're shooting at a flat section, you're probably going to be okay. Or again, the lower glacis, but you do have to get way under this tank. You can't just go down here. This will not work. You actually have to go way down to the lower glacis, or of course back here, which probably lands some HE back there if you fired underneath the tank. But it's just unlikely. Your best thing for this is wait till it shoots a teammate, run beside it, and shoot it in the side. Yes, I'm advocating using your teammates as meat shields. Okay, let's jump back over to the game. As we go ahead. Oh, I forgot to bring you guys with me, and now my controls are all wonky. I'll bring you guys over in a second. There we go. One of these days there's going to be a better way to do that, but it's not today. So yeah, we're going to speed this up to account for the fact that we just spent so much time talking about its armor. Its gun also, by the way, yeah, 700 damage if it pens with a regular round or a heat, and 910 if it pens the 75 millimeters with some HE. This is a tier 6 tank. That's almost the same. That is actually 90 damage less than the tier 10 in this line will do if it pens an HE shell. So that gives you some measure of how OP this is. Oh, I forgot to say, this is an encounter battle. I'm sure you all figured that out. I completely forgot to say it. So yeah, there's that. It means they all have to come to him. That is the biggest threat on the enemy team, and we almost killed him in a single shot. That poor guy is gonna not want to be in this fight anymore. Oh, he's dead. Even better. Unfortunately, there goes our ammo rack, because of course the Dicker Max does have the penetration to be able to go through us. Though if he stays there, he may not have any penetration anymore, because he's going to go up in smoke. No, apparently he managed to wiggle out. Oh no, wait, is he back in our line of sight? He is, yes. He's dead. That's unfortunate for him. It's gonna make it really hard for him to be able to kill us from the grave. That poor KB2 though. It's gotta suck. Because this was his game. This was the game he's been waiting for like ever. A game where he's top tier, where they all have to congregate in one place. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to survive long enough to do anything. This P43 is realizing he made a mistake when he got up this morning and decided to take on an OI. So he is now running, which is good for him and bad for us. Well, I mean, we'll catch up to him later if we kill the rest of his team. So I guess we'll just save him for later. Oh. If you have small children in the room, they might want to look away. This is going to be wrong. And so sorry for that poor VK, who could do nothing to prevent this at this point in time. I mean, it feels good to do that, but good lord. I mean, that's worse than artillery, right? I mean, he couldn't do anything about that. He couldn't outplay it. I mean, if he looked at his map, maybe he would have decided that, maybe I shouldn't be in this spot. But that's the only way he could have done anything about it. That was awesome. I can't wait for us to do something like that again. Oh, that poor guy. That is... Okay, the VK didn't deserve it. He didn't do anything wrong. The KV1 is a moron. Never, ever, ever, ever commit side-on in front of anything that can do as much damage as this thing can, tier for tier. Good lord, that's like rolling out side-on in front of a Yegzilla. Bad things are going to happen to your tank. I mean, it's one thing if you know he's just fired, like he literally just blew up a friendly. Cool. Roll it side on, take him on, shoot him up, do something to him. Ow. But, ooh, that missed though. Well, I guess RNG had to catch up to NASA at some point, right? He's just pushing the wreck of the KV1 along as if, just needs some extra protection. Come on, KV1, let's go talk to the rest of your team. So our P43 looks like he's probably taking out the artillery. In the meantime, this E2 thinks he's going to take out our P43. He's going to pop around this corner. No, he decides this is not a good plan and moves away, which is probably the only reason he's going to survive this a few seconds more anyway. If he had come around that corner, he would have vaporized. As it is, he seems to be destroying our VK. Well, up until now, anyway. Now he's just dead. It was almost as bad as if he came around that... Wait, Dickermax, what are you doing there? I mean, I knew you popped up into our range. I just didn't realize you did so in such a way. Are you going to fire through both windows? Yes, you are. And you're going to hit him in the tracks and do 250 damage to the tank itself. Yes, this tank is not overpowered at all, Wargaming. You can just leave it alone and don't need to fix it or anything like that. It's fine. I don't think he's going to get to this guy, but maybe his allies are going to leave him alone long enough for us to do this. That poor guy. That poor guy couldn't do anything about that. He may have seen it coming, and if he did, he had to just sit back and accept his fate as death, because when an OI points an HE shell at the back end of your tank, unless you have 1,000 hit points, you don't have a tank anymore. That poor PK. Not the last one. The one in the middle, who was doing nothing wrong. He was playing his tank the same way I would have played his tank. I just would have been a bit closer, like up against that wall, and maybe facing him had I realized there was an OI out there. But other than that, like, I mean, he could have. There was nothing he could do about that. He just gets assassinated. Great job, NASA. Let's jump over and see what your horrible evilness has brought you. So, for being so evil, you get an ace tanker, a hand of God, bruiser, duelist, fighter, fire for effect, and a high caliber awards. Yeah, that poor guy. I kind of feel like sending him an "I'm sorry for your death" card. Oh man. 3,000 damage in a game where the next highest was less than 1,000. And actually, good lord, how did you do 0 damage in a KV-220? Or a couple of artillery did less than 100. Okay, I don't understand this game, but it may be that NASA was just murdering them too fast for them to know what hit them, or what was hitting their opponents anyway. I guess that's a possibility. I do want to see this poor VK. How much did he fired 4 shots. He did 147 damage, and he blocked some with his armor. That's good. Unfortunately, he didn't block the correct shot. That was a great game. Thank you so much. Wait, we got shot by an ally? Huh. I didn't even notice. Did you? Thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you next time. This ioEther out.